Let's not be on. Let's clap together. You want to tap dance a little bit? Okay, sorry. Is that better? We are back.
We are back.
I'm so excited,
oh my
man.
God, it feels like...
Dude, it's been a while. It's been a while, but you're probably like floating like right now. You're not even... Well, he even forgot to wear his black shirt.
I even forgot to wear my black shirt. Like,
can you hear his voice? This guy lost his voice after this crazy weekend.
Yes, it's been. I am floating.
And now that he lost his voice, we decided to do a one-on-one.
We're doing
just
a
the two
one-on-one
of us to
today.
talk about your expertise and your experience during this
festival.
Last weekend with your festival. I don't know if you guys, on any of the previous episodes, heard anything about the Doral Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear him say anything about that?
I only promoted it a little, but check it out.
Did it
Next
work?
year,
Did the
November
promotion work?
9th and 10th.
Oh, shit.
Don't forget, buy your tickets now. Go to DoralFoodAndWineFestival.com. I'm telling you, you're not gonna be disappointed. November 9th and 10th, 2019.
All right, guys. So today we're gonna talk about
how do you
producing a festival.
Crazy.
Producing a festival, but mainly with the time that we have to talk. It would take a few days or a bunch of episodes to actually go over the whole thing. But we're going to concentrate on the whatnots and the surprises, all those things that happened during this weekend that, might help those that are into that area of the
Start
business
small
and understand exactly,
right off the bat, like
learn from all the mistakes that others make, or mistakes, or, just accidents, or whatever you want to call them. But let's give them our handles.
Yes.
What's
You can follow me at Iko Taps Beer, and you can also follow me at the Doral Food and Wine Festival. All right, coming to you live November 9th and 10th, 2019.
There you go. You find me at the Nightlife Entrepreneur, and also you find me at LMG Miami on Instagram, where you find all of our parties.
Yo, get the book.
Get the book on Amazon. And
get ready for my book. Yes, how to produce a festival.
For sure. We gotta do that. We gotta do it. So we have a new website.
Oh yeah.
Which is nightlifepodcast.com.
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 21
and
over.
All of our episodes
21
right
and over.
there, video and audio.
21.
Please, 21 and over. Please, because
show
this
ID,
kind of shit
baby.
happens here only.
Show your ID.
Yeah, if you're watching us,
when you log in.
If you're watching us right now, you could see what he has behind here, hidden.
Vodka.
Hidden. It's vodka.
It's vodka.
So anyway,
just kidding. It's my baby's bottle of water.
So let's start by asking you, how did it go?
How did it go?
You promoted it a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
How did that go?
You know what? It went amazing. It was incredible. It was truly, thank you to all our sponsors, participant restaurants, liquor brands, wines. It went incredible.
By the way, we are at one of them right now.
We're actually in one of the locations in the Dolphin Mall. This is a new location, El Gran Inca. They were one of the restaurants that participated. It was their first year.
Were these guys there?
And they were very happy. No, Cusqueña wasn't there. We actually had an exclusive Vesa Sur beer garden, which was an incredible success.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, the beer garden, the Vesa Sur beer garden, they did an excellent job executing the setup. Yeah. What they did was incredible, and it was incredible. Everybody went home happy with the Vesa Sur beer garden.
So today is what? Today is the 15th, is it?
Today's the 15th.
15th. So let me ask you a question. The event. Okay. So today's payday.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, where are you at right now? From after the what do you call it? It's okay. It's after after the event.
Yeah.
What happens? Those days after.
So
some people think it ends, and it ends.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting. People actually don't know. I was just writing to someone today and letting them know that the breakdown is I think even harder than the production, because the production you're running on adrenaline and you're excited and you're putting it all together.
It's like going on vacation.
Yes.
On the way there versus.
All right, so just imagine everything in reverse. You're so tired mentally, physically, emotionally, and you have to break it all down, and you have to be on point.
Right.
And you're on a schedule, and you don't sleep. The festival was over on Sunday at 8 p.m.
Okay.
And The VIP was very successful, and people just didn't want to leave.
Okay.
They ended up leaving like around 10 p.m.
Okay.
At
What?
At 11, I don't know if you saw a picture of me hanging from a pole.
I did.
That was me at 11.
Okay.
They couldn't catch me.
I didn't know if you were hanging or it was.
No, I was hanging. What happened is that I'm getting my voice back, but I had no voice on Sunday.
Okay.
I was literally sign languaging throughout the entire Sunday. And a friend of mine was like, "Hey, have a little scotch,
Right.
no ice, no." With a full bar,
Right.
that one scotch became 20.
Right.
And at 11, they were trying to get me down that pole.
Yeah.
They were like, Aiko, we need to break down.
It happens. I've seen it happen when there's a lot of success.
Yeah.
And when it goes extremely bad, the drinking part.
Yeah.
It is better to drink when it was a success.
Yes, yeah. No, and it was a success. So I was celebrating that. I was
Right.
celebrating the success of the festival. But at the end of the day, when everybody left, and
Right.
I didn't go home. I had to
this
break
was
down.
year 3, right?
This was year 3.
3.
And we had, including both days, we had about 10,000 people.
Yeah. So that's
Saturday was stronger.
That's huge.
We had a situation, everybody who's
You heard
listening.
right, 10,000 people, by the
Yeah.
way. 10,000 people.
Listen, we live and we learn. I'll tell you this. I didn't know about this. Sunday we were actually hacked. Like our Sunday was hacked.
Wow.
And I didn't even know that could happen. So anyone who went into our website,
It was Russia.
yeah, it was. Yeah, those. So anyone who went into our website on Sunday, it showed up like the festival was from 5 to 11, and it was just always directing people. So we still had about 3,500 people show up on Sunday,
Okay.
and for some reason, people were happier on Sunday. Like everyone was like, wow, Sunday was better than Saturday.
Right.
I understand why people feel that way because Saturday was just a madness. Like
Right.
lines were long and it was just too much. It was crazy.
Was there a big difference in the, not just crowd size, but crowd type? Sunday, was it like a more family?
Yeah. Sunday's all family. Saturday's more like everybody wants to party, eat,
Right.
and just go crazy. So that was happening. But
How many days after the event you still have work to do?
today pretty much around, as far as the park breakdown,
Right.
today, 3 days later, is
Still
when
breaking down.
we're finished.
But you'll still be doing-
But we still now are covering logistical things like,
Right.
we're still paying the city's garbage. We're still
Right.
handling other things. No, man, I'm talking
Okay.
over here. As you can see, we're live.
Yeah, we're live. By the way, today is their grand opening.
Yes.
So
And we're just
it is
like-
gonna get a little crazy behind us today, for sure. But we're about to enjoy.
But yeah,
some good
so it's I'm telling you, and you know what? For those listeners out there and viewers that are learning and you want to do an event, you want to do a production, I think next year I'm definitely gonna tell all vendors and everyone like, hey, we will talk to you. Like, try to give yourself some time, like at least a week, because it's unbelievable. Like, people start calling you
Oh
the next day.
yeah.
And
6 a.m. the
yeah,
first call.
Yeah, and it's like, hey man, I'm still in the park.
Right.
Like I went home I went home like Monday night
Right.
to shower and pretty much faint.
Right.
But I had to be up again at like 6, 7 in the morning to be at the park
Right.
to make sure that everything was left exactly how we found it.
Okay. So let me ask you another question. So I'm trying to do a timeline here. The event was 2 days, and you're gonna be at least a week, 10 to 15 days, still working on logistical stuff
the
to finish up.
post-production.
Exactly. Now, what about pre? When do you start? When do you? I mean, you already started promoting
already
next year.
started,
So
yeah.
is a whole year?
It's literally
work.
something like this. You literally have to pre-plan a year in advance. It's a lot of work.
Right.
It's a lot of work, and we still like everything in life, you learn as you go.
Right.
This particular event, we didn't have a co-producer. Like we did it ourselves,
Right.
100%.
Yes. And it's the last time you're going to
I have a powerful wife. I have a powerful
you do.
wife. I have a powerful family.
Vouch for that.
They all help me. My sister-in-law, both of my sister-in-laws. My brother flies from New York. Nephews, everybody comes and chips in, and,
Right.
and that's very important. And that helps out.
Yeah, your mother-in-law promotes in public.
Especially at the door, right? You know what I mean? My mother-in-law.
Yeah, you need people you trust in those places.
In those positions.
Right.
But, one of the things that we're doing now, and I advise this for everyone, as it's fresh in our minds, all the things that went wrong, we're writing them down now, and we're evaluating them, and we're giving ourselves a timeline. Like next year, by June, we have to have certain things already locked down.
Right.
And so those are the kind of things that are great because we learned that,
Right.
And the only way you're gonna learn that is by living it.
Right.
It's funny. Festivals are very challenging and very incredible. It's like there's literally a problem coming up like every 50 seconds.
Right. And that's why you lose your voice.
Yeah.
It's not because you're screaming at people.
Oh yeah, no, people
you're
are like
talking and talking
were
and
you
talking and
screaming?
talking and talking.
No, I wasn't screaming. It's just like you're just constantly solving and solving and solving and solving and solving and solving and solving.
Right.
I hope it gets to a point, and that's where this is the way I'm measuring the success.
Right.
The day that me and Nati, my wife,
Our home.
could not that
That's not
level. That could never happen. But that we're there and we could literally go to every single sponsor, participate, and say hello and thank you and calmly. I think that when
They cut the t-shirts and put on some shirts.
yeah, like when that happens, is I think the day that me and her are gonna look at each other and we're gonna be like,
Yeah, it's like,
we
you
did
made
it.
it.
We
You
did
made
it.
Right.
Other than that, we just got to keep on grinding. And another thing, we don't, a lot of people in the festival, they tell us like, why are you doing that? Why are you carrying boxes? Like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
You're the owner. No.
Right.
No egos.
Right.
In the festivals, you have
You
to
gotta,
just.
you gotta lead by example also.
Exactly.
And in a festival, there's so many things that are gonna
So
go
many
wrong.
things. So many things.
And so many
It's
things
incredible.
to do that there's always stuff that you're gonna be able to help with for sure.
But all in all, we bring the community together. We received the proclamation from the city of Doral. The mayor came. That was
Awesome.
an
Are you already thinking of a larger location within the city?
So, know this. November, by proclamation of the city of Doral, is the month of the Doral Food and Wine Festival, party people. So we're now starting to even create things around that. You know what I mean? Like,
Awesome.
okay, how do we enhance that? Like, how do we help out restaurants in
Right.
Doral because of the fact that now the month of Doral is proclaimed to be the month of the Doral Food and Wine. So
How many
we got a lot of
restaurants
surprises.
or vendors did you have in the whole?
We had 30 restaurants.
30 restaurants.
We
Okay.
had 30 restaurants and over 70 brands of wine, spirits, and
That's great.
and
That's
that's
a lot.
that's not even counting then the beer garden,
Okay.
which I'm telling you, Vesasur did an amazing job. They sampled, over 10 styles of craft beers, and
Right.
Vesasur is in Wynwood. It's a Wynwood brewery.
local.
Their inspiration is all South American brands. You have to go there. It's
Awesome.
it's definitely a great brewery, and it fits the Doral Food and Wine Festival
The
theme.
coolness
and-
of it.
Yeah. So
Aiko, how many people did you have working, helping you, so that you could cater to 10,000 people in these 2 days? Your whole team,
Yeah.
everything that worked with you,
Yeah.
with the restaurants, with the, you know what I mean, like, which
Including
it's gonna be a
cops,
guesstimate project.
including
yeah,
cops,
everything,
security.
cops, at the
Yeah.
doors, in total.
over
About how many
100
people?
Over 100 people.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's
Over 100.
crazy, and being able to manage
Yeah.
over
Yesterday,
100 people.
Nati
it's
told
not
me.
easy.
Like I said, in all we're looking at numbers and we're looking at things, and there was a lot of
Which, by the way, you look a
curveballs.
lot happier than the past couple of years.
Yeah, did I look? Yeah. Did I look very stressed? I probably did look very stressed.
But you kept on
leading up
going.
to the festival. Oh no, it's just that you can't stop.
Right.
You just gotta keep going,
Right.
and
That's why it's I could go.
when Iko, you go, and when the tough gets going, you gotta keep going.
Right, right.
And that's how I think. Like I'm just like, let's go. And my team, it's tough. I'm telling you, 100 people, and there's, cops. Cops are cops. They're in their
Right.
world. Everybody's handling their things. But the team that's working in hand with the people and with the logistics of the festival, Sunday morning, when we were all getting ready to showtime for 2,
Right?
they were all gonna kill themselves. It's humanity, you know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
right, of course.
human beings, we're just like, leaders are born,
Right.
people are just like, I'm telling you. So there was a point where I had to like get everybody together and say, hey, no egos.
Right,
We either get along or we're not gonna survive.
for sure.
And
I'm sure by Sunday night, it was a huge family.
oh my God,
Yeah.
Sunday night everybody was hugging, everybody was.
Yeah, and everybody
All love.
realizes like the stress they were feeling, everybody else was feeling it too. And that whoever made mistakes, they didn't do it on purpose.
It gets crazy.
know?
It gets crazy. But
But out of
but it's
over
fun.
100 people, there's many possibilities that people are going to be making mistakes.
Yeah.
And if it's also an event that's done, it's a 2-day thing, so it's not like they're doing it every week. At least
Listen.
the one together.
A piece of advice: whoever's leading the ship, you gotta keep it cool.
Right.
I kept it cool all the time. The world could have been, and I'm telling you, there was situations that were happening where all I could do is just laugh and think
What was the worst thing
how
that happened?
the world.
mean,
there was so many, man. I'm telling you.
One that you can remember. I mean, you were telling me a little
Well,
story before we started the show
Yeah,
about.
I'll tell you about the lighting. Like on Saturday at 4:10
PM.
p.m., it was brought to my attention.
By the way, the doors opened at 5.
Yeah, that none of our tents had light. And it was like, and it was incredible to be able to pick up the phone and call someone that you haven't spoken to in years, and that person to say how much time you need. And I was like, I need you here like right now. Like the
Right.
sun, I was trying, like I swear, I was like, no, like I was like trying to hold the sun.
Yeah, it was like at 5:30 p.m.
That guy showed
yeah,
up
like a little bit.
at 5 with a team, and it was just like boom, 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 boom,
Right.
and there was light. Tony Font. Shout out to my man Tony Font. Thank you. He lit up the park, and
That's crazy.
And that's just one example of something that could,
Right.
it's a curveball.
So, were you able to enjoy anything? Like, did you get to eat out of the 30 places?
That's a very good question.
Did you have any drinks? Because I
know-
know you didn't get to talk to all the vendors.
Let me tell you something. That's a very good question, because a lot of people probably think that we eat and we drink. We don't get to eat.
Right.
We don't get to drink. We don't.
You
get
actually
to
forget about
anything. It's just water, 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 water. Shout outs to Essential Water for being there. They have a great pH, and the water was great. I'm telling you, I drank a lot of it. It was just water and water and water and water. Yeah, it's like that. You forget.
So it's crazy, but you were hydrated. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And no, you have to. And I'm telling you, there's some people that you have to. Hey, drink water. Because they forget, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's fun, and you, it's fun and cool to kind of feel while you're putting out fires,
Right.
and you dare to say on the radio, okay, what's next?
Right.
And it's like, pow, pow, pow. Okay, hold on. take off the earplug and it's like,
Right.
oh my God.
What is, you know, your goal for next year? If it's people wise, if it's vendors wise, you know, what kind of goals do you guys have set for next year?
So straight up the bat, definitely one of the goals we want to do is we want to be ready production wise, like in September.
Okay.
Definitely.
So 2 months ahead of time.
Too much prior. We want to pretend like the festival is in October. In October. Yeah.
Right.
Like we're ready to go in October.
Right.
For some strange reason, they say to us, do the festival in October, that we're 100% ready.
Okay.
That's something that we're gonna work on
Right.
throughout the whole year. Something that happened this year, that's the first year, is that we're actually getting called from all our vendors now, and they're reserving spots. In year 3, this is the first year that that's happened.
Right.
You know, we've never had that we end the festival and people are already like,
Yeah.
I want to be here, I want to be here.
Right.
So that's great. That makes
Yeah,
us
of course.
feel good.
Meaning it's gonna grow in that sense. For
It's going to
sure.
grow in that sense.
People will
would-
tell others it was fun, so there will be more people.
Yeah, it was. We've already been approached by several big brands that want to be a part of it. So that's a good thing because
Right.
that just motivates us
Yeah.
and gets us ready for
Right.
what's coming.
And that is probably the way to do it. A lot of people think that you gotta be able to do a first year that has to be amazing, and you have to have sponsors that pay for the whole thing, and that you don't have to put a penny out of pocket and all that. And that's extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
And you probably won't be able to keep them happy on year one. So year one is probably the one that you put your money in your pocket and go,
Yeah.
ouch.
Yeah.
You know? But
Year 1 and 2.
but if it's something that you want to keep
and
on
even
working
3.
on, you
And
know,
even 3.
you know you're gonna do for a long time. I've actually seen people that are doing festivals that their project is a 10-year project with the same investor, for example, and they lose money the first 3 years. So
That's a fact.
and they're ready for it, and they're like, okay, we're gonna lose, but we're gonna keep on going. So I'm glad to hear that this was a success.
Yes.
So one of the things is what do you think made this year different from the past 2?
Well, we did it this year. So the festival takes place in Doral Central Park. Year 1, we did it in downtown Doral, which is in front of City Hall. Year 1, it was there. Year 2, we did it in Doral Central Park, but we did it in the back of the park. This year, we did it in the front of the park. It's interesting because there were some pros and cons when it came to doing it in the front
Okay.
versus doing it in the back. Parking
So
was
logistically harder.
Yeah, parking was way easier in the back because parking is in the back. So
Right.
people parked and went straight to the festival like they could walk.
Okay.
This time we had a shuttle, but there were some people that when the shuttle was going around dropping off people, they didn't see the shuttle, so they decided to walk. So we had some reviews about like, oh my God,
Yeah,
the
long
parking
walk
was-
and all
yeah,
that.
long walk and stuff like that. So those are little challenges that we need to kind of tighten up.
Right.
I don't know. We might not even do it in Central Park next year. There's a
Right.
lot of changes happening in the city of Doral. The city of Doral is growing. Parks are getting upgraded. So
Right.
I've been told that Doral Central Park is going to be okay for 2019. But logistically speaking, I might have a little trick up my sleeve.
There you go.
Might do something that'll just make everything. And I'm telling you, the weather stress is crazy.
Yeah.
The weather stress and it's incredible. We had 2
November
days.
rain.
We had 2 days of incredible weather. Not even one drop of rain. Beautiful sun, beautiful sunset, beautiful night weather. It was incredible. Like weather-wise, we couldn't have been more blessed.
Awesome.
Yeah. What would I do different for next year? Believe it or not, I'm thinking of shrinking it. Yeah. I think.
I mean, shrinking does not mean less vendors, less people. It just means in a smaller, capacity-wise. You put them more close together.
I think
Bodies are closer.
I think I need to bring people more together.
Yeah.
I think I might even listen. In everything you do, promoting, singing, production, everything you do, at the end of the day, we're providing service.
Right.
And when you provide service, people are expecting
Yeah.
the best, right?
Right.
So in order to meet those goals, we have to be careful.
Right.
So I feel, and I'm very, I think every element is significant when it comes to producing.
Right.
And customer service and all that is very important. So
Right.
because it's the only way you're going to keep customers coming back.
Right.
So because of that, I feel that we might have to shrink it a little,
Right.
and not only shrink it in bringing people together,
Right.
but maybe not having 70 brands, maybe having 50,
Right.
and maybe not having 30 restaurants, maybe having 25.
Right.
And this year the Kids Zone was incredible. We had I'm telling you, super giant bouncy houses.
Right.
Our security staff at the Kids Zone was freaking out. They were because it was so giant that they couldn't see kids.
Okay.
So they were like, oh my God, we need a security guard inside the bouncy house.
Right. Wow.
So, and we did it. We were
Security kids.
Yeah, you have to. So, in order to be able to give everyone the best of the best and a great customer service, I feel, we haven't made that decision yet, but I feel that maybe we need to tone it down a little.
Right.
And really give everyone, not only the audience, because remember, what's challenging about doing a festival, a food and wine festival,
Right.
is that we don't only have to please the audience, we have to please our vendors.
Of course.
We have to please our sponsors. We have to please.
Yeah.
So in order to please them, we have to, we might have to, bring it down a little and assign for every 10 restaurants or every 5 restaurants a team leader.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So those are the type of things.
It's all a learning experience, and every
Exactly.
year just a little tweak, a little better
little tweak,
in every
yeah.
little area, and that's how it's done. Now,
that's how
we
it
talked a
goes.
lot about the production. We're almost running out of time, but there's one question that I know a lot of people care about when they get into that kind of business, be it festivals or concerts or big events in general, that they not only produce, but they also promote. And that's where most people flop, The question
Oh my
is,
God.
if you can just go over and list on, from the top of your head, what methods did you use for promotion, marketing-wise, to get 10,000 people together in one spot?
Listen, every flyers, you can never, I gave out over 200,000 flyers. So I'm telling you, people are like, flyers, old school. Flyers
Right.
are in your face. You take them home. It's there. So
By the way, old school works.
listen, we did flyers.
Right.
We did postcards. We did banners in the streets. We did radio. From the smallest mom and pop radio station to Univision, who was
Right.
our media partner.
Right.
We did the morning show, we did the night show, we did the afternoon show, we did the radio show.
Hey, you mentioned it here a few times.
We had Ava, our company, Ava PR group. It was great communication, to a point where they would call me and tell me, hey, 107.5, I think, yeah. Roxana and Jose Antonio are doing an event, a live radio remote at a church.
Right.
Go, because it's at 4 o'clock, prime time. And I would be like, whatever I was doing,
Just
I would
go
drop
preach.
it and boom. And I would go, show up, and they would be like, what are you doing here? And I was like, give me 1 minute.
Right.
And they would
Hey, it
just
works.
say, all right, sit down.
Already there. They're not gonna send you home.
And I would talk about it. Hey, what's up? How are you? So
Yeah, so all kinds of promotion
All
have
kinds.
got to be done. You know, you got to work on all
From the
every area.
smallest,
Forget it. Yeah.
from the smallest to the biggest.
as old school as they can get.
And I'll
it doesn't
tell you
matter.
this, influencers.
Hey, by the way, we've been filming here, and
Yeah.
as you can see, there's good service. They keep coming, trying to take our beer that's here just for a sample for you guys to see.
They're taking our advertising.
Oh.
They advertising, man, is everything, and influencers, and the word of mouth, and friends, and it's just constant. Like I'm telling you, like right now,
Yeah, it's a whole other
all
show
about
just to talk
November
about every little
9th and
puppet.
10th. From this
Right.
point on until November 9th and 10th.
There you go. He's already promoting next year.
you
So
go.
that's what works. Hey, Aiko. Dude, I'm super happy that
Thank you,
we
man.
are back.
Thank you for having me.
We're back, right? So you guys
We're
are going to
back.
see us every week again.
Hey, every week, and stay tuned, all right?
It was a complicated week due to
gave you a
the
little
event.
vacation.
Very understandable. I was also out of town. But, dude,
We're back.
I'm very excited, very happy to hear about
you very
how
much,
good it
my
went. Next year, I'll be there helping
we
you
need
out
to
for
do a
sure.
live remote there.
Oh, definitely. We'll probably do
I
like a
hope I have
whole
a
day
voice,
thing.
but-
You know,
Yes.
we gotta get all the whole production team.
We got our team
You
over
know,
here. We have
unless
some
they're
of our
singing.
production guys.
But hey, don't forget
Nightlife.
the book.
Oh, the book.
Nightlife Podcast.
Nightlife Podcast.
.com. The Nightlife Entrepreneur on Instagram. LMG Miami.
At Ico Taps Beer and at Doral Food and Wine Festival.
Drink Cusqueña, dude. See you next week.
Peace.